We have some news breaking out of the White House, has to do with the First Lady's press secretary, Stephanie Grisham, who was at one time was the president's press secretary, resigning, Hallie, resigning over what transpired today in Washington. Tell us more.
Because of the violence here. Yes, Stephanie Grisham, who was actually the First Lady's chief of staff, basically the right-hand woman, if you will, to Melania Trump. And, of course, the former White House press secretary didn't hold briefings, but she held that position, leaving her job now because of the violence on the Hill. I'm going to read you her statement that is on the record now to our Monica Alba here on the White House team, saying, "It has been an honor to serve the country in the White House. I am very proud to have been a part of Mrs. Trump's mission to help children everywhere and proud of the many accomplishments of this administration." Savannah, there are those who will certainly say Ms. Grisham was going to be out of a job in 2 weeks anyway. And so consider the timing here. Yet it is absolutely undeniable that this is certainly the most drastic and significant action that we've seen from any member of President Trump's orbit. We've seen tweets. We've seen statements. We now are seeing a top official, and she is a top official, departing her position, resigning basically in protest because of the scene that we've seen unfolding. Go ahead, Savannah.
Well, Hallie, I mean, you mentioned tweets. We had the former communications director at the White House up until a couple of months ago, Alyssa Farah, saying on Twitter to MAGA Nation, Make America Great Again Nation, I'm one of you, but this is too much. It's too far. Right. The election wasn't stolen. I mean, you're talking to folks inside the White House. What are they saying? I mean, what is the mood of folks around the president?
Yes, Savannah, they're not happy about it. At least the folks I've been talking to and the folks that our team members are talking to. One source familiar with the president's activities, as we were having this conversation, said, you know, there have been a lot of difficult days. There have been a lot of challenging days in Washington over the last 4 years. This is the toughest. And I think that encapsulates the sense of people inside the White House. And I think what you're seeing from Stephanie Grisham is an indication of that. Now, again, critics will argue this is hardly a profile in courage. She knows she no longer has a gig coming up on January 20th. That said, you have to remember who Stephanie Grisham is, Savannah. She is somebody who frankly, I knew from my days covering the Trump campaign back in the day. She was one of the, original people in the president's orbit. When she was the press secretary, she had access to the president. She traveled with him often. She is somebody who knows, everybody in the complece is very familiar with the West Wing.
She's a street fighter, right? Right, Hallie? I mean, she was very loyal to the president.
That's her whole thing. Right. It would issue, and the First Lady, too, would issue these statements that were just sort of scathing, blasting, the media, very much a fierce defender of the people that she worked for. So for her to take this step, I think is certainly significant, despite, I think, some of the criticism that you'll see.
All right, Hallie, thank you.
Hey, NBC News viewers, thanks for checking out our YouTube channel. Subscribe by clicking on that button down here and click on any of the videos over here to watch the latest interviews, show highlights, and digital exclusives. Thanks for watching.